I'm going to quote a cartoon, and it's kind of funny for me, but you know, this whole thing about, you know, if I had a nickel for every time that happened, well, I'd have 2 nickels. It's not a lot of money, but it's funny that it happened twice. Now, in recent memory, if you remember, Bradley Martin slapped the shit out of a prank, like a prank, you know, YouTuber, streamer, whatever, because I don't even know what his content was. But apparently he did a lot of pranks, and he took the guy's hat off, and because he got slapped. Now, any of the contact or right before contact, I'm going to blur heavily just because, well, you know, YouTube doesn't like that, and I already got age restricted once.
Give me my fucking hat.
Damn, actually?
Now that's Bradley Martin slapping the piss out of somebody that took his hat. Now, here's the thing. Like with anything you wear, your shirts, your shoes, anything, don't touch people's property like that. That's not really a prank. My entire life, I've hated it when people take my hat off, and it does piss me off. Now, I've never gotten to the point where I've actually had to hit somebody. Usually it's a good buddy of mine, and the joke ends after about 5 seconds. I give them my hat back, and everything's done. It's kind of like taking somebody's glasses. You just don't do it. It's their property. It's what they're wearing. It doesn't matter if it goes with their clothes, whatever's going on. It's just their property. I think that's kind of crossing the line at that point when you're trying to mess with somebody. And I don't defend Bradley Martin's actions by no means, but things happen. That's what would happen if you come to the wrong person. And unfortunately, Bradley stood on business and took care of that. Obviously, I think later on, Logan Paul and him got into a boxing match and he lost. I think mainly he wears the hat just to hide his male pattern baldness. I wear a hat to keep my hair out of my face because sometimes it just gets blown in my face. But here's another thing. I found out, I think it was yesterday, at least like 8 hours ago, a video came up, so it had to have been like midnight. Apparently, Sneako got his face rocked. Now, it was a long time coming that he would be in that situation as much as he tries to talk alpha and be the alpha male. Well, he finally got rocked. And the first words that came in his mouth about this situation is literally him saying that he's not he's not a physical person. He's not a violent person. He doesn't do physical. Which I think is beyond funny, because if everybody can remember way back, and well, I'll say way back, about a year or two ago, him and Moist Critical had a back and forth. Now, everybody knows I'm a Moist Critical fan, but I've been watching him for a few years now, and that was actually one of the things that I did see, is that he tried to out him and said everything about a firearm wrong, and kept talking about how big of a badass basically he was, and then basically whimpered like a dog once, you know, Moist Critical decided to confront him about it. They had a talk, they squashed it, that's on them. I still think it's pretty funny that Sneako would be the aggressor in the situation and then turn around and back off. And then for once, he got what he had coming. And I say a little bit. Now, in this situation, there's still a lot of info coming out. So whether or not the security guard, which is in the wrong in a point, he got a little bit embarrassed. But there's a lot of stuff coming out saying basically he was, you know, messing with the music, muting people's mics, being an asshole, and then just getting berated for it. And if you notice, allegedly, the only person wearing a hoodie is Sneako, and the hand that goes up that knocks the hat off, which is where this turns into a quick fist to the face, is what pretty much is the end of this. Now, as you can tell, it's already pretty much escalated to the point of yelling, cussing, and demeaning each other, flipping each other off, and, you know, cameras in face, which pisses him off. I assume because he's embarrassed, and top it off, he decides to be very unprofessional and just start yelling at each other. Now, like I said, we don't know what happened before this, but the fact that the security guard's being unprofessional and not handling the situation a little bit better kind of paints him in the wrong. But I'm not, I'm not the one that would believe Sneako at all anyway. So I assume he's probably part of the problem.
What are you? Fuck you! 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 Fuck you!
Now, that's where the moment pops off. And like I said, you can see there's a person wearing a hoodie. And the only person I seen wearing a hoodie was Sneako. So it looks like allegedly he knocked the hat off, which would be the point of like ready to rumble. He knocked the hat off disrespectfully, which, by the way, the security guard's still kind of in the wrong because he never actually got physically hit, so he's not really like his life is in danger. But I got to show you a clip I took. It was a screenshot, which might be the thumbnail. I think it's pretty funny. This right here, this moment right here, this Superman, the face, the absolute readiness.
We got Sneako here. He's got this busted up tooth. Smile for me, man. This was the security guard at this thing, at this event right up here. Right up here. We got this guy jumped off the stage. No one attacked this guy. Punched Sneako in the face. No one touched him.
Now, besides the fact that he's kind of lying just a little bit, somebody did touch him. They knocked his hat off. While it's probably not extreme enough to just go straight punching somebody, I would take the Bradley Martin approach if I had to pick one or the other. And I'm pretty sure the situations are a little different, though. One was pranking, one was just being an ass to an already disgruntled security guard. I have to say, I'm probably not going to use the last clip as my thumbnail. I'm going to use him with his messed up teeth because I think it'd be funny. But this is the same person who is about to say that he is not a violent person, when in fact, like I said, the whole ordeal with Moist Critical kind of defeats that entire argument.
Yeah. He jumped off the stage, hit Sneako in the face. I watched the whole thing happen.
This was just right now?
Just now.
Just fucking happened.
The guy that he shut off the speech to go play his music, he just got rocked in the face. But I'm a non-violent person. You know, I care about America first. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, man. We'll take it through the legal necessary ways we got to do because
Honestly, you should probably press charges now.
Now, as you can see, pretty much the whole gang he's hanging out with, or people, friends, whatever you want to call them, are kind of whimpering in the corner, which kind of, is the opposite of this persona that, at least the last I checked, he's been trying to build up, which was this alpha male Chad, big American badass that he is, and saying he's not violent, which is a complete lie. You have advocated openly, violently that, you've hinted with your firearms and acting like a complete dunce. Now, obviously, you have corrected some of that, and, you apologize for whatever it was between you and Charlie. Gotcha. Right now, you have been giving the situation that you've advocated as big men, you would always have to defend yourself. Instead of defending yourself, you took the coward's way out. Now, this is all from your perspective. I'm taking how you do the Alpha Chad stuff. You decided to walk away and have your buddy say, oh, you need to go sue. You need to go take care of it that way. Oh no, you got punched. Go ahead and be legal. That's how you're acting compared to how you've always tried to sell yourself. I think it's very hypocritical, but everybody's pretty much outed you as a hypocrite for many years anyway. And I think this right here is just, it's perfect. It's the perfect FAFO I've seen in a long time. You're the type of person that literally has finally been given the opportunity. We'll use Bradley Martin as an example, like I've already got him in the video. He literally stood on business. He said he would do what he did. He would hit somebody if they basically were punking on him like that. And somebody punked you and got you square in the face. You did nothing. You've been given the opportunity to prove yourself as the type of person you act like, and you didn't. You coward. And I think it's funny. Now, me, myself, I will say I wouldn't be in that situation because I don't go to those environments. I don't go around. If I saw the guy was acting like an ass and being a jackass and, the security guard being as, pathetic as possible like he was doing, I would have just left. The business would have just lost my business. I would have reported it, whatever, because that situation did not need my aggression at all because it's the business's problem, not mine. You stood there and then you knocked the guy's hat off, which is usually a pretty good sign of a physical altercation at that point because you were trying to check him and he went ahead and called it and he got you. You are the one that knocked it off, at least what it looked like, allegedly. So I'd have to say, yeah, I think you knocked off his hat, which in return, he gave you a fistful of fury. Now, I'm not backing up the security guard by no means, but I damn sure am finding it funny that he got rocked and he's going to have to go check the dentist out. But that's an update with Sneako, guys. Tell me what you think. Tell me if you think he earned it. But yeah, y'all have a good one.